And I was talking to Rudy Hatfield before the game, and I was asking him, what happened to him? What did he eat before that game when he had 22 rebounds? Sabi niya, maybe he was listening to good music. What was his music? Worship music. He's a Christian, and he's a devout Christian.
Acquiring divine strength to get 22 rebounds. Under 2 minutes remaining dito sa opening quarter. 24-9 ang ating score in favor of Ginebra. Now here's Simon. Simon baseline.
Oh, yes.
He nails that running shot. He has 5 points tonight.
You know, the good thing now about B-Meg is that they've adjusted their offense not to just rely on James Yap. Ito sinasabi natin kanina, no? In our pre-game, not by James alone. They've got to make sure that whoever has the open shot is going to get it and not just rely exclusively on big game James.
Let's say it's last touch on Aliado. The ball will stay with Ginebra with 57 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Now we'll see the first appearance of Willie Wilson. Napalitan na si Rudy Hatfield, who must be tuckered out. He started this game para sa Ginebra. Quick inbound for Mark Kagiwa.
He still has the touch. Mark Kagiwa. Already 10 players have been fielded by Coach Joseph Pachico in this game. And kung sinasabi natin, they want to make sure that this is an up and down game, so they always want to have fresh legs on the floor.
Shot clock down to 7, and Simon is left all alone. Pero ang bola nakuha ni Mike Cortez, thought about launching a pass para kay Ronald Tubin in the front court. Instead, here's Mark Kagiwa. Kagiwa pulling up. Somebody pushed off Billy Mamarin.
Salvador called for that one. And players on the floor here for Barangay Ginebra, they're playing with 3 small players in Tubid, Mike Cortez, Mark Kagiwa, 3 guards on the floor. Make sure that this is free-flowing and fast and furious.
There's a technical foul on B-Meg Derby's head coach George Gallant for using profane language. Must have said some stuff that our referees did not appreciate at all.
You know, I wonder if the fines for technical fouls applies to coaches the same way that they apply to players. My understanding is the first technical foul that you collect, it's 1,000 peso fine. Second technical foul is 1,600. The third technical foul, you know, for the cumulative basis, is 2,600. Pataas ng pataas yan. Carlos Sharma, by the way, is number 1 in technical fouls.
Saan nangunguna ngayon?
Yun, marami siya nako-contribute sa players' fund.
4 seconds to shoot here, and Billy Mamarin with a putback. Just 2 seconds remaining. Jonas Villanueva on courts, and what an opening quarter performance here for Ginebra. 28-11, a complete shutdown of B-Meg Derby Ace. They've been running and they've been gunning. And I mean, really, the domination started from tip-off. Mulat sa pool, it's been all Ginebra. JJ Helterbrand started the show with a 5-0 burst. JC Intal also adding his points. And even 2-time MVP Willie Miller also waxing hot in that opening quarter. Ginebra 28-11 at the end of the first. Well, sa ngayon, tuwan-tuwa ang Barangay Big Dome ng mga Ginebra and all the NBA fans. You'll be happy as well. The NBA is about to start. Witness the best games live every morning on PTV and from Saturday to Monday on Solar TV. Check our websites for complete schedules.
Well, Miko, so far in this game, 9 players already have scored for Barangay Ginebra, and for B-Meg, 3 lamang. Simon, Aliado, and Salvador are the only scorers for B-Meg, and missing in action so far, James Yap, who was yet to score in this contest.
Okay, Gino is ready with the report. Wait, hold on. We'll go back to Gino in a while. We'll go to Cheska later. Cheska?
I'm with Coach Zhang right now. Coach Zhang, you guys had a phenomenal start. You had 28 points, and how were you able to hold the Derby Ace Llamados to just 11?
I think we're just shooting well, and hopefully it continues. It's still early, but hopefully it continues. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you, Miko and Kinito.
You know what? Probably someday will happen while our dutiful courtside reporters are talking to a coach and the coach gets mad at the referee's call.
And you could
Ano
see
kaya
that,
mangyayari?
you could see that Joseph was a little distracted.
Pinapanood niya yung play. Of course, Jong, the gentleman that he is, apologizes to Cheska for
Of course,
being a
of
little
course.
distracted.
You know, I was surprised because usually anyone who's interviewed by Cheska would be distracted by Cheska.
Somehow it's hard to disagree. Nagsimula na ang ating second quarter, by the way, almost a minute having gone by.
By the way, in talking with, as you see, James Yap scoring his first 2 points. I was just about to say that I was talking with Special Assistant to the Commissioner, Willie Marshall, and he was saying that it's important. Well, hold on. Panuhin muna natin ito. Ito, hanging in the air, getting the shot to fall inside. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, amigo, no? That grappling and caging, yun ang mga talagang definite no-nos.
Paliwanag natin what is a grappling and caging.
Grappling is when you grab a hold of the arm of a player, you hold him down, and you prevent the offensive player from making a move or impeding the progress of his motion. So that is what is called grappling. And yun naman isa, yung caging is when you actually hold a player, when you cage him. And again, when you create a disadvantage and advantage. And you see this game almost being torn open here. And look at this move, and they score!
And just a solid first half performance para sa Ginebra. Ronald Tubit hanging in the air, checking his cell phone, checking his email before taking the shot.
I think
What has happened earlier?
I think he also put something in his Twitter.
Watch this. Tubit had enough time, I think, to cook rice when he was in midair.
Kanina sinabi ni Coach Wichiko that he's happy that the boys are shooting well. I really think it's the defense. It's making the Ginebra players feel so confident playing offense.
34-14. All Ginebra here in the first 2 quarters so far. Bola na kay Meyerhofer against Willie Wilson. Meyerhofer outside Gakko. And Jerwin Gakko will miss.
That's a wide open shot there for Gakko.
Entry pass intended for Wilson. Outside Kagiwa. Inside Mamaril. A tough matchup here para kay Jerwin Gakko. The size disadvantage of B-Meg Derby Ace always a critical concern para sa kanila in any game.
That's right, because they have to make up for the absence of Rafi Rivas, Mark Pingris, and Kirby Raimundo. But you know, we just saw Gakko there miss the shot and then commit the foul. Here's another shot. It goes inside. May bonus pa para kay Mike Cortez. Ginebra is having its way. They're playing so fluidly. At hindi makapag-react yung depensa ng B-Meg.
Well, you mentioned that Ginebra playing fluidly, smoothly.
Yeah.
Something that could not be said in their first 3 games. But in that game against Barako, sometimes a team, all it needs is one win, one solid win to really get in a winning flow.
You know, I think so, Miko. Plus the fact that players now are beginning to trust each other. And that's something that comes with experience. That's something that comes with, well, as you said, winning a game. If they found a winning formula, then they'll be more comfortable playing each other.
Anxious moments there para kay James Yap. A foul given up by Billy Mamaril. Remember, James Yap is supposed to wear a mask, but he's not wearing that mask anymore. He threw that mask out in that game against Meralco. So he's actually taking care of that nose. Maingat siya dyan sa kanyang ilong, no? Because of kanyang situation with the polyps.
That's right. He did have that operation. And before the conference, nabanggit nga sa atin ni Coach George Gallen that he was going to wear a Batman mask. Pero
Pero masungay yung mask.
hindi covered yung bibig kasi yung mask kasi baka
Batman
akalain
naman.
yung
Sungay pa.
Batman yung ano lang.
Ko naman, may hangover or Halloween kahapon. Nag-trick or treat ka ata, partner ah.
Parating pa yun, parating pa.
Here's Mamarin setting up Tubit. Tubit thinking about it. Now going strong against Meyerhofer. Oh, it takes a lot of guts to challenge the defense of Meyerhofer.
Not only that, tinitignan pa ni Tubit si Meyerhofer para sinabi niya, oh ano ka? 5 block shot last game?
Tubit really sticking closely with former UE teammate James Yap, who loses that ball. And here's Kagiwa to Tubit. Tubit steps on the brakes. Kagiwa wants that ball with 9 minutes to go in the first half. It's a huge 40-15 lead para sa Ginebra. Mike Cortez, shot clock down to 6. Kagiwa for 3. And Willie Wilson, great effort. And the ball stays with Ginebra. Here's Cortez from the corner. In and out. Already the third personal against Billy Mamarin.
You know, maganda rito for sa Ginebra is that even if they're sitting on this big fat lead, they're still playing so intense. Nakita natin kanina, no? Fighting for the rebound. Willie Wilson keeping that ball alive by tapping it outside. And that should make Coach Wichiko very, very happy. The players are hustling like that despite a huge 25-point lead.
And so far, James Yap struggling here, just like the rest of his teammates. Meantime, here's Kagiwa. Ginebra up by 25 big points. Cross court, Kagiwa for 3. Yes, sir! I mean, this is not just domination, friends. I mean, this is annihilation. Inside the big dome with 8:06 remaining, and Ginebra is on top by 28 points. They're getting it inside, they're getting it outside. All Ginebra inside the big dome.
You know, still a lot of work to do on our side. Still shaky, and we can't do that against contenders. But it's a good win. At least we can get the morale back, and then hopefully we can carry this over sa Sunday's game.
Well, it's all very rosy doon sa kampo ng Ginebra, which normally happens when you're sitting on a 28-point lead in the second quarter.
I would like to find out what George Gallant said or didn't say during the timeout.
He wasn't talking in that last
exactly.
timeout, wasn't even looking at his players.
Well, we noticed that Gino Rufino was there at in the timeout of B-Meg. And Gallant turned his back on his players. He did not talk
Okay,
to his
Gino.
players. Ano kaya nangyari?
Gino, ano nangyari doon sa timeout ng B-Meg?
Actually, guys, all the coaches, George Gallant and the rest of the coaching staff of the B-Meg Llamados, turned their backs to the players, and Coach Richard said that they're gonna let the players figure this out themselves. It's almost like kind of like what Phil Jackson does with the Lakers when he doesn't call timeout. So he's gonna let the players decide if they really want to win this game, guys.
So yun nga, it confirms yung nakita natin as Roger Yap connects. Sometimes you need something as radical as Dedma to get your players riled up and fired up.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that we've seen. He was right. In the NBA, sometimes when things aren't going right, a coach is going to call timeout, and then he won't say anything to his players.
And now a defensive stop by the Llamados. Let's see what they come up with 6:47 remaining in the second quarter. James Yap against Willie Miller. James Yap very aggressive here, and he is pushed.
Sup to James. It's taking him a while to
Here's
get
that
out.
timeout.
Yeah.
You can look at George Gallant and the rest of the coaches. They are nowhere near the huddle. In fact, George even has his back turned.
Exactly. I thought George was looking at the referees as though to express
But he was not.
discontent. He wasn't.
not.
He wasn't.
Tinalikuran.
niya yung mga
Pansamantala
player
lang. I mean,
niya.
just for that timeout, because you are, as a coach, you are trying to convey a message.